Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, guys. What's up?
All right. So, what do you want to talk about? WandaVision, or no?
Let's talk about it.
Okay. What do you think of it so far?
So, I like it.
Okay.
Episodes 1 through 3, I thought 1 and 2 were good. 3, I thought also was good, but 3 is really the point where I was like, all right, like with the sitcom stuff, I was like, okay, like I get it.
1 and 2 I couldn't get into. Those two, they were decent, but it took me to like 3.
And this is what I've been saying to a lot of people. I can see why this was not planned to be their first Marvel show on Disney Plus. Originally, it was supposed to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Because I think that's going to be a bit more of like the Marvel that fans expect. Like It's going to have that same tone.
I think the trailer ruined it too, like the fact that they showed all the stuff after.
Yeah. Episode 4 of WandaVision, I thought was really good. I'm glad that they started to show.
Really improved.
Yeah, we've got Sword established. You know, if there was ever any doubt, now Sword is established. Yeah. We got to see, Wanda. Wanda seems to be more or less in control of what's going on.
Right.
I still think she's being somewhat manipulated.
Me too.
If not directly, indirectly.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. Not going into any spoilers or anything, but I've heard some of the stuff that's supposed to happen in these next few episodes, and it is like craziness.
Yeah. Heard some stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. We can be potential spoilers.
All right, so we'll go into spoilers, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is your spoiler warning for WandaVision and probably a lot of other things.
All right.
So mute now or dive out.
Yeah, we're going to spoil now, so go ahead.
Get out of here faster than Wanda expelled Monica from her little bubble there.
Oh, damn.
Because we may spoil the crap out of it. All right, so I have a question, first of all. I thought right away that maybe some semblance of Ultron had survived and is taking revenge on Wanda by doing this. Now, is it possible that Ultron is any part of this whatsoever?
Yes, because technically Ultron came from the Mind Stone, and even though the Mind Stone was technically destroyed, we may be seeing a resurgence of some semblance of the Infinity Stones with Wanda doing what she's doing.
Right. Now, isn't the thing that the stones can never be destroyed, and if they were destroyed, because the way the universe is, it has to exist, so it would reformulate or something like that?
In some form or another, I guess, because people who have powers from the Infinity Stones are still alive, a.k.a., Wanda.
So wouldn't the stones come back into existence because of that?
I don't know about that, but some semblance of them must be around because she made a exact copy of Vision. Now, what I think hypothetically is going on with Vision is that she literally has his corpse just walking around, and she's like animated.
So you think it's his corpse?
I think it's his corpse. Yeah.
So you think it's not even Vision? It's just
allegedly. No, it is Vision. It's his corpse. Like allegedly.
So he's not alive.
That's why. Because remember,
no,
she saw that corpse after Rambeau.
Yeah.
Did all that little chat.
Because this leaked apparently from a pretty reliable source this week that Endgame was supposed to have an end credits scene.
Right.
And allegedly the end credits scene was going to be her getting Vision's corpse and leaving with it.
And they thought that was they wouldn't want to do that because it would kind of make it a sour.
So I think that sometime after Endgame, she couldn't accept that he was gone. And either somebody or something was like, hey, go get his corpse and then I'll help you build your own reality. Or she just came to this conclusion like, no, you know what? I'm going to just make one. Like, because I can,
Well, I mean, she can't. See, the thing, this is where things get complicated because just like in the comics, they technically couldn't have children. But because of her magic, she can. Now, we all know in the comics when the kids vanish, she has a nervous breakdown, starts killing everybody and starts going crazy, and her powers get magnified and she creates her own universe, whole thing. So that's going to happen. Like, her kids are probably going to vanish and she's going to lose her shit.
Yeah. But one thing we have to keep in mind, too, though, is that I have to be careful the way I phrase this because we don't know what's going to happen with her in Multiverse of Madness. Because for those of you who don't know, she is confirmed to be in Doctor Strange.
She's going to be in there.
We already talked about this. This is a trilogy. It's WandaVision, it's Spider-Man Homecoming 3, and it's Doctor Strange 2.
Right. So technically, Wanda's powers in the MCU are not magic. They derive from the Reality Stone, which is why why her powers are red, because in the MCU the Reality Stone is red, and it could explain why she's able to make her own reality in the MCU. If you remember back in Infinity War, when Thanos got the Infinity Stone, the Reality Stone, he was able to basically do whatever he wanted in a short period of time. Right. When he attacked Drax and Mantis, when he made Star-Lord's gun shoot bubbles, and then later on when they were on Titan, he showed Doctor Strange what Titan looked like. You see the red energy of the Reality Stone change the reality of that area.
Right.
So hypothetically, she could be making her own reality if she just went nuts with her powers.
Right.
That could be what we're seeing. Now, I personally think that either Mephisto or Nightmare
That's what I was saying.
Influencing her to do this.
I think it's
She'll be doing
Mephisto.
it through her kids. And those two kids are his link to
I think no pun intended, I think the two kids or whoever's doing this is their end game. I think this whole thing was set up to make her have two kids that they could be like, okay, those are mine now, and then take off with them.
Right. This is going to be a phase, like a whole damn phase probably connected. Like, right now we're getting a trilogy, but it's going to be beyond that.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. So, this is the thing now. We heard that Nightmare was the villain of Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah. That was rumored, yeah.
We know in the comics that I forgot the details, but Spider-Man pisses off the Scarlet Witch, and she creates, like, she screws with Spider-Man a lot. And I don't think to this day they really made up or whatever the hell it was, but because she put him in a reality, I think, where Gwen Stacy was alive, and then I think it was like House of M or something, right? Or something, whatever it was. And then she took it away from him. It was like a whole thing. She kind of tortured him mentally. What does Spider-Man do in this thing to piss her off to do this? Like, there's got to be something that happens. Like, do you think that Spider-Man's going to appear in WandaVision, or?
I don't think Spider-Man's going to appear in WandaVision because he's already got enough. Like this takes place before Far From Home,
right?
But like not that far before Far From Home. So like I had he done something to piss her off, I think we would have heard about that in Far From Home,
right?
And so I honestly don't think Spider-Man's going to be involved in this at all. However, I definitely think Doctor Strange is showing up in this show.
You think he's showing up at the end?
I think he's showing up. I am going to go so far as to say, and this is going to be very bold, I have no evidence of this, but I was thinking about this narrative for a little while now. I think he's going to be the one to show up and undo her reality. She's going to get pissed, and she's actually going to be one of the villains in the Multiverse of Madness.
Right. I mean, I saw her as she's probably the villain of Spider-Man. Also,
somebody even was hitting online that there may not be a true villain in WandaVision, but she will be the villain.
Well, this is the thing that's going to happen eventually, right? Whatever their plans are for Phase 4, right? And then they got plans for Phase 5. The end game is going to be the end result because of Wanda. So with the Secret Wars and all that stuff, it's probably going to be starting because of Wanda with the multiple universes. I mean, let's say it goes beyond the Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah.
As the Russos did say that they would come back to do Secret Wars.
And I think we know Secret Invasion is confirmed. So,
That's confirmed. But yeah. I mean, I don't know if the Skrulls have anything to do with what's going on with Wanda, but still.
Well, what's interesting is that if you look in that last episode, there's that board that Sword has where they're like writing things down. they put the scrolls on there as potentially who's behind this, because Sword doesn't know. Like they're like, who could be doing this? And then even I know that Jimmy Woo is an FBI agent. He's not a Sword agent, but even he, when he got on that radio, was like, Wanda, who's doing this to you? For a long time now, they've been under the impression that somebody has been doing this to Wanda.
Right.
It's only until Monica gets thrown out of it that she's like, it's all Wanda, it's all her.
Right, it's all Wanda. Well,
but she could be wrong. I mean, then, she doesn't know.
We saw a scene where I think they de-aged Scarlet Witch, where it looked like she was a kid or something with the white and the black background. Did you see that? Or was that not Wanda?
I don't know.
There was a new scene. I was like, for a second, I thought it was Kate Bishop for a second there. But you know what I'm talking about. Oh God, I can't think of her name. The singer, what's her name? She's Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Steinfeld, whatever. Hey, I keep forgetting. Anyway, so yeah, people got to understand too. This is only one season. There's not going to be more seasons. It's just going to go right into the movies.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, again, Mephisto. And that's the funny thing, though. Bringing Mephisto into it, that means that you may do something with him with Spider-Man at some point.
Yeah, which is
unfortunately terrifying. That is terrifying. Yeah.
Now we should talk. I don't know if you two guys heard this, but this is it's like 98% confirmed, which for me is enough to say that it's most likely confirmed.
Right.
I don't know if it's in this next episode or if it's in an episode coming down the line in WandaVision. But allegedly,
Evan Peters, right?
Evan Peters shows up.
Yeah, I heard about that too. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But he's Mephisto. He's not.
Well, we don't know.
He's not Quicksilver.
We don't know.
I mean,
that's the
there's a scene.
Only thing certain is Quicksilver's going to be showing up in.
Well, hold on.
WandaVision.
There's a scene that for the Halloween episode, Evan Peters is dressed as Quicksilver.
Right.
And he mouths off to Wanda, pissing her off.
Right. He says that it's not like your dead husband can die again.
It's not like you're going to kill your husband twice.
Yeah.
And she gets pissed and she blasts him across the screen. Now, he doesn't look like the hair is all different. Yeah. But it's supposed to be an inside joke too, I guess, that he's being Quicksilver. Now, is he the neighbor that was part of the witness protection program that they mentioned, or is it just Mephisto?
I'm gonna throw this out there. I know that other people have been saying this, and I think that it's true. I don't think he's Mephisto.
Oh.
I think that this is the beginning of the bridge between the MCU and X-Men.
But is he Quicksilver from that reality? No.
I don't think he's going to be Quicksilver in this show. However, it would not surprise me if later on when they put Quicksilver in something that he is the Quicksilver.
Now, I thought that the actual Quicksilver was going to show up.
So as far as I know, Aaron Taylor Johnson's not coming back.
But they had artwork of him, didn't they?
It might have been concept art.
I think it was concept art, yeah.
But you know how they had the WandaVision like character photos? Yeah. Was that a fake one?
They could do a flashback. But I don't know if he's actually going to show up. I mean, it would make sense for him.
I see it more as concept art than the actual.
Because they did a Samuel L. Jackson Capital One Quicksilver card. So that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's,
Right.
The Quicksilver thing is the name of the bank. Like, that's
right. I know,
but
that's a nice tie in there. Right.
It is funny, though. Yeah, it is pretty funny.
All right. So ultimately, WandaVision's probably going to be the villain. Because she's going to lose her shit. Now, do you think Vision's going to turn on her?
So it's very interesting because Vision seems to be like one of the only ones who's like, hey, something weird is happening here. I know in one of the upcoming episodes, he actually makes it outside the bubble.
Yeah, this next one.
Which he can't technically.
And he says, it's pulling me back in. He says
that. If you remember, she said he can't leave.
Right.
And another thing is that the neighbors are starting to know something's up.
Right.
Because the doctor
didn't even have a house here.
The doctor said he can never go on vacation.
I think that her neighbor what's her name, Agatha?
Yeah.
Or
Harkness.
yeah, I think that she's actually that witch from the
Everybody's
comics.
saying that.
Yeah.
Everybody's.
Would she work for Mephisto though?
Yeah,
But she was also her mentor though too.
Yeah, I think that she's the like liaison to Mephisto, like keeping tabs on what's going on in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that she's probably going to be the one to take Wanda's kids to Mephisto and be like, yeah, which something happens in that bubble because in that mid-season trailer, Sword rams a tank
they try to get
into
in
the bubble,
right,
to try to get in there. And then
they
there's another scene, right? And then there's another scene where it shows Wanda, like it looks like she's about to walk outside the bubble, and she looks pissed.
Well, she gets out of the bubble. She's in Sword headquarters. She fucks them up.
And then there's another scene where the bubble is glowing red, and it looks like it's getting bigger.
Like she gets out of the bubble, she fucks them up. Like, what are you doing? Basically.
Right.
And they're like, oh shit, what do we do? Right.
Right. And I think that's the point where Doctor Strange steps in, and he's like, "What is going on?"
Blasts her across the screen, probably.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I do think that there's somebody behind her, but she knows subconsciously that the Vision's dead, and she wants to believe this reality.
Yeah.
But I also believe that she's going to be the reason for the stones to be reconstituted, because if you see the trailer, it looks like she's recreating the Mind Stone for Vision, right?
Right.
Now, if you recreate the Mind Stone for Vision, technically you probably recreate Ultron coming back too, if he's not back already.
Right.
Right? I mean, in theory, right?
I heard a rumor too that, you know how they have those commercials like in the show? I heard a rumor that Ultron may show up in one of those commercials.
Oh, is Ultron? With everything?
Because the commercials, if you notice, they're going through like different parts of her life.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first one was the toaster, but the toaster
that was Stark explosion.
It was a Stark toaster, but it sounded like it was going to explode.
Yes.
Like the thing
hitting her house and killing her parents.
Then the second one was a Hydra watch, a Strucker watch, and that's where they got their powers.
Like where they kept saying the twins are not ready, but they did there anyway.
The third one was that soap, but the bar was shaped like the Tesseract.
That's right.
But that was also from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think.
Right, it was. So everybody's saying, okay, the fourth episode didn't have a commercial because it was outside the bubble.
Right.
But this next episode is the Halloween one,
which would
and
be
allegedly Ultron might show up in that.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
But this is in her head, not necessarily real.
I mean, I at this point, like, we have to define what real is in the MCU now.
I honestly think that the kids are going to vanish. Not that Agatha's going to take the children. The kids are going to vanish, and that's going to end her reality because she's not going to be able to blink them back in, and then there's going to be a problem.
Right, because I think it's going to be something similar to, like, remember when she was in labor and that stork showed up and she was trying to make it go away?
She couldn't do nothing with the stork.
Yeah, I think that stork was fucking Mephisto. I really do.
Probably.
Because he's the only one I can think of that could be like, yeah, your powers don't work.
Yeah, you don't do shit to me. You're done. Yeah. He's from another realm. Like, that he just, but this is the thing, like, even in the comics, he was the one in the comics in an Infinity Gauntlet to be like the main person helping Thanos.
Right.
And then he tried to get the gems too. And now technically in the comics, he does have a gem, and he also is responsible for the Marvel Universe being forever altered, made a deal with the devil with Spider-Man, and also made a deal with everybody. He also made a deal with Doctor Strange and a few other people, and he's changed reality so much that, like, he's even created a new universe that he created. It's a whole thing going on right now. Mephisto is like in Avengers comics is like the biggest thing, and Heroes Reborn, and like he's basically rewriting Marvel history too. He's creating another universe. He's big. I mean, he could basically Doctor Strange. Everybody was just about dead, and Doctor Strange had to ask him to save the universe, and he did. But he basically erased Clea, which is Doctor Strange's wife's mind, and basically took a shard of Doctor Strange's soul. He does have the time gem, I believe, in the comics now. But anyway, back to MCU. I think Mephisto popping up. I don't know about Nightmare. Also, I don't think you want to throw too many things into WandaVision, because if you overload everybody, it will probably be way too much. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, Spider-Man 3 seems like I'm worried. Like I listen. For those of you who don't know, like I've been saying this, right, Chris, over and over and over for years, right? I said I felt eventually they were going to get, even before Spider-Verse, I said they were going to get Tobey Maguire back. I said Alfred Molina. I even said Doc Ock directly also. Now it's all coming true and I'm happy. But there's way too many people now, supposedly, that are being added to Spider-Man 3 that gets me very concerned. Because if you have too much, right, Chris?
You're going to have another...
Now, what did you heard about Spider-Man 3? Let's see, compare notes. Oh, we want to still go back. Let's stick with Wanda. You want to stick with Wanda?
No, I think we've covered pretty much.
All right, so now we're going to go into the second part of the WandaVision thing, which is Spider-Man 3.
Right.
So let's talk about that because.
Right. Well, I know from what we've discussed this on here before, but just to kind of like go over it really quickly, we know that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are most likely showing up in this movie. I say most likely because I think Andrew Garfield is a lock. However, I've heard that there's still some drama.
They gave him okay. This is again, take this with a pinch of salt. Grain of salt. We heard that Tobey Maguire was holding out for money.
Yep.
And I heard that Sony gave it to him with the extended contract of appearing in a movie his own and possibly other movies. I don't know what the deal is, but meaning that they are going to do what I actually thought they were going to do way back in the day. They're going to have a movie set in Tobey Maguire's universe. They're going to have a movie set in Andrew Garfield's universe. They're going to have a Spider-Verse thing. I don't know what to call it. I don't think you could call this Spider-Verse, but from what I'm hearing in this movie, that after this movie's over, the villains linger in Tom Holland's universe.
Right, yeah, because allegedly what they're going to try to do is set up the Sinister Six.
And one thing I'm worried about, though, is that they may try to do a Doc Ock, Aunt May thing. Because I think Marissa Tomei's 56, right? And Alfred Molina is 67, but that doesn't really age whatever. But M.A.'s young. So, I mean, they may do that as like a thing, a wedding thing. I don't know how far they would go, if they would do the... I mean, we're talking years down the line, stuff could happen. But we know that Alfred Molina, supposedly, Doc Ock is going to remain in the Marvel Universe. Now, we've also heard that, and I'm sure you heard this too, that William Dafoe is in it also as Green Goblin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know about the other characters, the other Green Goblin. I really hope not. I know Emma
the
Stone.
Hobgoblin having his buddy turn into
that was another
Hobgoblin.
thing. And then we heard that Emma Stone, she was pregnant. I don't know if she's going to be in it. She's probably going to be in it. But Daredevil's in it, which I knew they were going to do that.
Yeah, I think we both said that.
But if you have Daredevil, people don't understand. If you have Daredevil, that means that the Kingpin's a lock.
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, this is the thing. Like with Daredevil, it's apparently only going to be a cameo.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an
He's
extended
a lawyer.
thing. Yeah. So it's not going to be extended thing. So I don't think Kingpin's going to be in this. I think they're going to hold him for something else, for another film.
But now, is this Daredevil the Daredevil from Netflix, or is it our Daredevil? Like,
most likely, yes.
It is the Netflix. Was Canada.
Most likely. I can't. Yeah. I know it's going to probably be the same actor, but whether or not it's the exact same character,
it probably is.
I would say so. Now, here's the reason I say that, though. the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield and the Willem Dafoe and the Alfred Molina and any characters that we see are not going to be the same characters from their original movies.
You said this, though.
They are going to be alternate timeline versions of those characters from their universes. So that's Doc Ock is going to look different, they said. Green Goblin's going to look different. Tobey Maguire is going to have a different Spider-Man suit. Andrew Garfield's going to have a different Spider-Man suit. It's going to be similar to what we remember.
Now, why can't it be?
One.
Why can't it be exactly the universes, though?
They did. I don't think they wanted to use the ones to the exact ones because they would have to explain too much. Like how is the Green Goblin still alive? How is Alfred Molina's Doc Ock still alive?
Okay.
You know, these things. They wanted to just use. I'm assuming from timelines where they survived. You know, anyway.
Right. Okay.
We also have to remember that Electro from Andrew Garfield's timeline is apparently going to be in this movie as well.
But it's actually from Andrew Garfield's timeline.
No, it's from an alternate timeline of Andrew Garfield's
An
Spider-Man
alternate timeline from Andrew Garfield.
because he's not going to be blue.
Right. Okay. Do you think it was confused the shit out of people?
No, because I think that at that point they're gonna say one line and it's gonna be like they did in Tenet. I don't know if you saw Tenet yet, but
Yeah, I did.
They Nolaned their way. Yeah, they Nolaned their way out of explaining what was going on in that movie by saying don't think about it. So I think what's gonna happen is in this movie, we know Doctor Strange is in this movie. I think that's been confirmed.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
I think what's going to happen is Peter's going to go, what the hell is going on? And Doctor Strange is going to go, it's multiverse. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And that's going to be it.
All right. So, but Doctor Strange will probably show up at the end, right? Or the whole movie.
I heard that Doctor Strange is the reason that all this stuff is going on.
Oh, because he makes them forget he's Spider-Man. He fucks things up.
And then everything goes nuts. Yep.
And then he can't fix it.
Yeah.
So it's not Wanda.
I mean, it could be.
Is Wanda in this movie?
All of this stuff is up in the air at this point. Like, we could be hearing fake things being put out. You know,
I heard originally, that she opens up these things and they come through.
Yeah, I've heard Kevin Feige is using this Spider-Man 3 movie allegedly as a red herring to throw everybody off of what his real plan is. I don't know if you've heard, like, this is like going outside the Spider-Man topic, but I don't know if you've heard what's going on with Black Panther 2.
Oh, they're doing a whole friggin' Disney Plus series.
No. This was before that. So this could be potential spoilers for Black Panther 2. But remember how the rumor was that it was going to deal with, like, Namor and, like, Atlantis and Wakanda fighting?
Yeah.
Allegedly, that is being instigated by a very important third party.
Who?
And this very important third party goes by the name of Victor Von Doom.
Oh, Dr. Doom.
Oh,
yeah.
Doom.
Oh, boy.
I've heard that Victor Von Doom may be our new Thanos for these next few phases.
Well, he has to be. He is the Secret Wars, so it would build up.
Yeah.
I guess that he
now,
is...
here's something. This was something very important. There were two things in WandaVision that pointed to something. The background radiation that she's letting off from that bubble is allegedly the same type of radiation that gives the Fantastic Four their powers.
Cosmic radiation.
Yeah. And then I think they called it relic radiation in this.
Something.
And at the beginning, when Monica is talking to Tyler.
That's what I was talking about as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he says something about the astronaut training program is like kaput, and they're trying to find people to get into it. Now, there was another screenshot. I can't remember if it was from Far From Home or the next Spider-Man movie. There was a billboard.
The billboard.
Background that had 4 numbers on it.
That was Far From Home, I think.
Yeah, the billboard said, "We can't wait to show you what's next," but it was separated into 4 different things. So it had 1, 2, 3, and then there was a question mark for 4. And then it had people on the billboard, and each one represented one of the Fantastic Four.
And then they also showed up on the upper left-hand corner how the address on the streets pretty much was the falling
by the Baxter building
would be.
Yeah.
Right. Either Baxter Building or Four Freedoms Plaza or something, right?
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and because they never resolved this, and now that we know that John Watts is doing the Fantastic Four, who he also does the Spider-Man, I think Avengers Tower is going to be the Baxter Building.
That would be good.
I think that Reed Richards bought Avengers Tower, and that's going to be his thing.
Now, could it be that the snap caused regenerate energy in space that caused them to get their powers?
Yeah, sure. Because there's another billboard. This is definitely from the next Spider-Man movie. There's like newspaper clippings that like have all these different things on them. Mm-hmm. One of them has a picture of not Mephisto. I almost said Mephisto. Of Mysterio that says "I believe," and then there's one of J. Jonah Jameson. There's one.
That's in Venom movie, right? No, Morbius movie.
No, this isn't the next Spider-Man movie.
Oh, okay.
This is from filming the next Spider-Man movie. And there's a clip from Flash Thompson's
someone was talking about this.
What is it?
Someone was talking about this. Yeah.
In the clipping, it says we have to find those damn astronauts or something like that. So it's really weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget what YouTuber I was watching, but they were commenting
about Dr. Doom's
those 4 astronaut things you were talking
Dr.
about.
Doom's first appearance. Is that in Loki?
It could be.
That one with the cloak,
light
the fire. Yeah. Is that Dr. Doom?
I can't say for sure, but it could be. I also heard that the potential 2 potential casting things for Dr. Doom are either Charles Dance or
what's the guy from The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moff Gideon.
So here's the thing now. We have
Giancarlo Esposito.
Right. We're in phase 4, right? So the first movie of phase 4 is Black Widow, right? Well, WandaVision.
We hope.
Well,
they're supposed to be Black Widow, yeah.
Well, WandaVision is technically phase 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all phase 4 right now, right?
Yeah.
So, are they going to be doing, like, is Hawkeye going to be forming the West Coast Avengers, being that, like, with Scarlet Witch, with Moon Knight, She-Hulk?
Because there's Moon Knight planned.
Because, like, he does form with Mockingbird the West Coast in the comics, and that was popular for a while. And all the stuff that happened to Wanda, like stuff was going on, had to do in West Coast Avengers.
I highly doubt that Hawkeye is going to be involved in anything important because of the stuff that was going on with Jeremy Renner.
Yep.
Well, he is doing this series though. He is filming right now the Hawkeye series.
He is. Yes.
They're going to be focused on his daughter.
No, is that his daughter? No, that's
it's not his daughter. It's Kate Bishop, though.
Bishop, you're right. Yeah.
But they're. I don't think that they're going to rely heavily on Hawkeye just in case. Just in case.
And it looks like Scarlet Witch.
As for the West Coast Avengers, no. From what I've heard, this is all leading to the Young Avengers.
Young Avengers. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also what was I going to say now? We have all these series that are happening. Loki, it looks like Black Widow's in Loki. Is that Black Widow? We don't know.
She very well could be because he goes to a bunch of alternate realities.
But he actually goes to the reality, which is the MCU, though. Where
we don't know that, though.
We don't know that?
We don't know that for sure.
Okay.
It could be an alternate timeline of the MCU where she maybe instead of her dying, Hawkeye dies or something,
Because I thought she was just sitting in that realm because she jumped off,
It could be. I mean, maybe he goes there somehow.
Right. So now Loki technically is not our Loki. He's from that timeline they created by accident.
Yes.
Which we could say it's not 616, maybe it's 617, I don't know.
Something like 616A or something.
But then we also got now Thor. We're going around. I know. I'm sorry we're hopping around, but Love and Thunder has Christian Bale, right? as what? Gore the God Killer?
Gore the God Butcher. Yeah.
God Butcher, which was created in 2012, I believe. And then we got Jane Foster having the reformed hammer. Mjolnir
So
or whatever.
that's gonna go allegedly like ridiculously crazy.
Right,
Because
because isn't
from what I've
Asgard going to
heard-
be reformed too?
No. From what I've heard, it's not just Thor. It's the Thor core.
From all the multiverses.
Yeah, and one of them is allegedly Storm from X-Men, who has Mjolnir.
Well, here's the thing. That character travels through the multiverse, that character, to kill
Right.
all the Thors.
Right.
So now you're going to bring in the X-Men that way? Like you're going to bring Storm in that way?
That may be how we get introduced to that character, yes.
But which Storm is it going to be? Halle Berry Storm? Or is it going to be like...
I don't know who it would be, but they said the rumor right now is that she's there and she's one of the Thor core.
Now, I also heard that originally Patrick Stewart, they asked him. He said no, right? Heard they asked Hugh Jackman. I heard he said yes afterwards. And then I heard that because he said yes, Patrick Stewart was like, maybe I'll cameo or something. Any thoughts about that?
I would not be surprised if Hugh Jackman became Wolverine in the MCU somehow.
Right.
And
Because
nor
he's
would it
supposed to
surprise
be-
me if Patrick Stewart did it, Professor X again.
Supposedly, if they bring them in, Wolverine's probably the one that ends the war, Avengers vs. X-Men. Like, supposedly. Because, like, I heard that they're gonna have a Captain Marvel movie where she becomes a vegetable at the end because of Rogue. That's sort of like the start of like the Avengers vs. X-Men.
I think that got debunked when they said that Miss Marvel was going to join her in.
Well, I think it's Captain Marvel 3.
I don't know about that. They haven't announced anything for Captain Marvel 3, so I wouldn't put any stock into that.
Yeah, because also I know that they were talking about. See, the thing is that Captain America is not with us youthfully, so like in order to do that, you really need the main Avengers.
Well, Chris Evans resigned, so I mean they could use him.
So did Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson, supposedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, which means that Armor Wars is happening, and we're running out of time. I hate this.
Ironheart as well.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly, I heard a rumor, with everything that's crowded, I heard a rumor that the AI shows up in Spider-Man 3. And then continues into Armor Wars or something.
They could. Why not?
You know, look, here's the thing. When you have I know we're running out of time, but when you have A versus X, you're not going to have the newbies fight the X-Men. That would be pretty stupid. So you need Captain America, you need Black Widow, you need everybody. That's the original Avengers. In order for it to work properly, you need them alive and back. I also heard they're going to bring Thanos back too somehow.
I would say this. When it comes to the MCU, whether it's movies, Disney Plus, or whatever, nothing is off the table anymore.
Yes, nothing's off the table.
Anything is possible. You could see some of the craziest things in film history happen in these movies.
Still stick with the whole multiverse thing too. So
yeah.
Deadpool too. I mean, I don't know who's going to show up, but he's going to show up too. He has a multi.
From my understanding,
picture contract.
They're trying to use him as a Stan Lee type of thing.
No, they're not. He's got a multi-picture. He's showing up places.
Although that thing that Scott just said is apparently something that they might do as well. Like they might do both.
Yeah.
Right, they might do both. Yeah.
I know it's got a multi-picture deal, but I'm just saying they're also going to try to.
We're gonna get kicked off here. Let me say goodbyes. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye for now.